Index funds. What does that even mean? If hearing that phrase makes you feel behind, confused, or like you missed an important memo, this video was made for you. By the end, you'll learn what index funds actually are, why they work so well for building wealth, and how to start, even if you don't love stock charts, spreadsheets, or finance jargon. Index funds sound intimidating, but they weren't made for top finance pros. Rather, they were built for regular people who don't want to think about the stock market every day. So if you've ever thought, I'm too late, I don't know enough, what if I mess this up? Or is this basically gambling? Good. That hesitation is exactly why index funds exist. Think of an index fund as a basket. Rather than hoping one company takes off, you own a little bit of lots of companies all at the same time. Picking individual stocks is like betting on one horse. Index funds are like owning the whole racetrack. You're not guessing winners, you're owning everything. Not every company will win. Some fail, others lag. But historically, the group as a whole keeps moving forward. So index funds don't rely on you being a genius or predicting the future. It's just time, consistency, and patience. Which is exactly why they're boring, and in the world of finance, boring beats brilliant. Here's something that might sound controversial in online finance spaces. You don't need to beat the market to build real wealth. You don't need daily trading, you don't need the latest can't-miss tip or some insider secret. Most people don't lose money because they picked the wrong investment. They lose it by overthinking, panicking, chasing trends, and constantly restarting. Index funds are designed to remove most of those problems from the beginning. They're diversified, low cost, low maintenance, and honestly, emotionally boring. It's so ideal for anyone who wants their money to feel safe and predictable. How to start. You don't need thousands to start investing in index funds. Let's clear that myth up right now. Most platforms let you start small, using fractional shares and automatic investments. And many people begin with as little as $25, $50, or $100. And it's not too small. It's actually perfect. The goal isn't to impress anyone, it's to build the habit. Index fund investing is a long game, so starting, staying consistent, and resisting the urge to tinker matter most. Regular small investments mean you're on the right track. Where do you actually buy index funds? This part sounds scarier than it is, okay? Because investing has been made more mysterious than it needs to be. You don't buy index funds from a secret place, an exclusive club, or from some spiritual financial guru. You simply buy them through an investment platform, also known as a brokerage account. These platforms work like banks, except their job is to help your money grow, not just sit there. The exact platform you choose depends on where you live, but the process is the same. Open an account, connect your bank, choose your investment, and automate it so it runs in the background. That's really it. No calls, no awkward meetings, no complex jargon being thrown at you. Just a few clicks and you're officially an investor. What index fund should you choose? This is where many people freeze because they're suddenly faced with names, acronyms, percentages, and opinions coming from every direction. Our mind to riches rule? Start simple, stay broad, and don't get fancy. Beginners usually do best with broad market index funds because they spread risk. Instead of betting on one company or industry, you're making a calm, long-term bet that businesses overall will keep growing. The one number that actually matters, and it's not returns. Everyone online loves to talk about returns, but the quiet eater of wealth are fees. Index funds are popular because they're low cost. Funds with similar performance can charge very different fees, so a good rule is to choose broad index funds with low expense ratios. Over time, higher fees reduce how much of your money gets to compound and grow. You don't need to obsess over this, just be aware. Lower fees keep more of your money working for you. That's the mind to riches way. Automate it, the secret sauce. If investing depends on memory, confidence, or perfect timing, it won't happen. The solution is simple. Automate it. Treat it like any other essential bill, scheduled, automatic, and not dependent on your feelings. This is often called dollar cost averaging, but all it really means is investing the same amount regularly. regardless of what the market is doing. No timing, no reacting. Automation removes stress and replaces it with quiet consistency. That's where money grows. What you don't need to do. You don't need to monitor the market daily, check your account first thing every morning, or obsessively follow financial news. You don't need constant alerts, multiple charts, to respond to every market move. In fact, constantly watching your investments is one of the fastest ways to talk yourself out of a perfectly good plan. If your index fund strategy feels quiet or uneventful, congratulations, that's the point. Quiet progress is still progress. And in investing, it's often a sign the system is working. At Mind to Riches, we don't treat index funds as a hack or a shortcut. We see them as a foundation, a sensible default, and a solid financial baseline. They're designed to work quietly in the background while you focus on your life, income, goals, and peace of mind. Index funds won't make you feel rich overnight, but they give you something better: direction. They turn, "I should probably start investing someday," into the calm certainty of, "I already am." All right, here's what matters most. You don't need perfect knowledge or confidence to start. You just need one account, one fund, and one automated contribution. Then let time do the rest. People who quietly invest in boring index funds and leave them alone often come out ahead, not because they're smarter, but because they don't get in their own way. So here it is. Index funds don't require secrets, expertise, or constant attention. They're a simple, time-tested way to build wealth quietly through consistency and patience. You don't need perfect timing or deep knowledge, just a simple system you trust enough to start. At Mind to Riches, the goal is simple. Let your money work quietly so your energy stays focused on living your life. If you felt that, "Oh, I can actually do this" moment, that's why we make these videos. If this helped, a like shows us what resonated. A comment matters even more. Share what brought you a little more clarity. And if someone you know feels shut out of investing, pass this along. Sometimes clarity is the kindest thing you can share. For more guidance that replaces worry with clear action, you're welcome to subscribe and keep learning at your own pace.